Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I tinker with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. This video also has tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. So, thank you very much for watching. We are here with this 06 C70. With the mismatched wheels. We are going to do a compression test. I mean, even when these cars have blown heads, they have good compression tests, but we're going to see how bad it is, I guess, by checking this compression. So I got my gauge screwed in there. He's going to crank it, and we're going to see what we get compression, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a P1 C70. I think it's an 06. Wait for the key. Push that hose back on there. He took the car to start it somewhere to have it rebuilt, I think. Yeah, gas all the way to the floor and crank it till you hear 8 revolutions. Alright. No compression in number 1. We'll do number 2. Alright. Okay. Number 4. Alright. Number 5 don't have anything. Alright. Number 5 has 0 compression. We wet them. Now we're getting like 65, 80, 60. Not getting nothing in 2. Let me try 1. 0 compression in 2. Still got like 30 in number 1. We checked for spark, so he's going to try to fire this thing up again without an air filter, but go ahead. Here he goes. It's low compression. Alright, he's going to try it 1 or 2 more times and probably call it a day. Is that what it was doing when you first got it?
Nope.
It sounded better.
Yeah, I didn't do that at all.
Alright. We got Vita on it. We got some red deals here. Power supply, break this, temperature too low, communication. That's a problem. Alright, I'm going to try to clear all these faults on here. Not a lot of nice chunk of faults. These are the real codes. Did you say you didn't get any codes?
Yeah, I got a P068.
A crank sensor deal? Occupant weight sensor signal missing. These are all the codes.
Like
and here's the rest of the story. So how many codes did you see? 3 or 4?
2.
He saw 2 codes. Vita sees all these. This is why you need to get a Vita computer if you got one of these cars. I'm going to send him these pictures of these 2. See if I can. Three or 4 pages full of codes. Alright, and then the last couple there. I don't think I'm going to be able to run it when we do this. erase all. And then crank it, see which codes come back. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. Let's cut it off and crank it, see what comes back. These codes came back already without even trying to crank the car. These are our new updated codes. One of them is a mass airflow sensor. So let me send them this stuff, but again, I think we got a cylinder head issue, so I'm out. I have a couple of packages I need to open up. This package, sad to say, I've had probably for about 3 months. I was told what it is, never have had or taken the time to open it up. It's a GoPro camera. Look at it. HOWR 3. I guess I have to look that up and see what the specs on is, but look like it has a SD card in it too, or that's a rechargeable battery, something there. Anyway, I had to look that up, test this thing out, see if it works, and probably start using this thing. One of the viewers that I helped do a manual swap gave this to me. I don't know if this is one that he was using and no longer needed, or if he actually bought this thing for me. But oops, that popped out. Look like it's got a micro SD card in there. I'll see what the specs is on it, see if I could use it, and hopefully do some recording with it, enhance some of the videos that I do. Wow, so there it is. The camera, which again I think is the GoPro HOWR 3, along with almost every mount and holder that you could get for it, including the underwater mount. I'm pretty sure that waterproofs it. So let me get online and see what that thing's capable of, and see if I can start using it to enhance some of our video options. Now, one of the reasons why I didn't dig into this thing, because I think my buddy that gave it to me told me it needed an SD card, and I just been so busy. But it has a 16 gig SD card in there, so I'll figure out how to charge it up and get this thing fired up, see if I could use it. Look like something's going on with the lens. I don't know if that's from me touching it or what, but hey, we'll figure it out. I see just about everything in here but a charging cable, so let me see if I have a charging cable laying around the house somewhere I can use to charge this thing up. It looks like a mini SD cable will charge it up. Now, this second package here is one that I got from Cyber Monday deal that I ordered. Been wanting one for a while, because nobody lets you use theirs. They have them, they talk about them, they film stuff with them, but they don't share. So let me show you what I got here. Super good deal on this. And here it is. Holy Stone drone with GPS, 3,200 feet, from 26 to 3,200 feet, 22 minutes maximum flight time. I got this as an Amazon deal, because I don't think they had them local near this price. Let's go ahead and crack this thing open, see what we got. Here it is. That's the main body of the drone. A set of propellers there, a set of propellers there. So I assume they guess you're going to be breaking them. I think those are landing legs. The battery charger, it charges up to 2 batteries at one time. It has one of these new type chargers like my phone has. I didn't see an electrical outlet come with it, so you could probably plug it into any brick. Got a couple of tools there. It's got the phone holder. You use your phone as the viewfinder for the camera. It's got a little notepad down there. A quick start guide. Your camera is here. It looks like it pivots up and down, and it has the controller there. So I'm gonna put the charger on and assemble it with the quick start guide just to see how it goes together. Video that real quick and see how it appears, the function. After opening everything and unpacking everything, the first thing you want to do is put the battery on the charger. According to the instructions, you should use a adapter, no more than 5 volts, 2.0 amps, I guess. That's what it's trying to say. They got a separate battery warning deal in here. I don't even know why they would have to do that, because you should use this as your battery charger, because it of course is the thing that lets you know your battery's charged, and if one battery's fully charged, if the second battery's fully charged, and if it's plugged in. So you got your battery charger here, and you could charge 1 or 2 batteries. Mine came with 1 battery. So you flip this up and all the way open like that, and then you slide the battery in here like this. Make sure you line the pins up, get this thing lined up, slide it all the way in and on. Goes on like that. So now it is ready for me to use this cord. They say you only want you to use this cord, plug it in to there and into the little wall brick pack that you're going to use, and it'll start charging. They say it'll take 5 or 6 hours to charge. After it's fully charged, do not let it sit on the charger forever. Go ahead and unplug the battery and the charger. I looked at the fine print on this adapter, and it says it is a 5 volt 2 amp charger. So I'm going to go ahead and use that to charge my drone battery. When I plugged the charging cord into the end of the charger, it kind of felt real flimsy until I pushed it all the way in. I actually heard a click. So I think it's now all the way in. Now I'm going to plug that into the wall, and I should see some lights there. I plugged the charger in. I got a red light here letting me know I got power. And I got a flashing green here letting me know it's charging. I assume once it's totally charged, it'll give me a solid green light. Next, I'm going to go ahead and assemble the drone, get it ready for flight, and probably download the app on my phone that will allow me to control the drone. And I'm going to assemble it with the Holystone Quick Start Guide. And this is for the HS700D. The manual that came with mine has 3 languages. You can guess I'll be using pages 1 through 5. On to the first page. The drone has motors that spin in opposite directions. You have A blades and B blades. I got 2 sets of blades. I got 2 blades with B on them and 2 blades with A on them. So you want to put the A on the A and the B on the B. Let me go ahead and put a couple of these on and then show you how I put a couple of them on. Looking at the motor, you'll see B and the arrow going that way. I assume that's the way the motor goes when the drone is in flight. So since this is a B arm, I'm going to take a B blade. Now on the blade, it has turn it clockwise to lock it, turn it counterclockwise to remove it. So I'm going to install it in the way of the direction to lock it on. So I set it over there I spin it nice and easy, get it started on there, and when it gets down far enough, it'll start turning the motor with it. So you can either use the tool or hold the motor and snug it down. Do not try to tighten this like it's some lug nut. You just want to tighten it so that it's good and snug on there. Don't over tighten it or break any of the propellers. What I did was held the motor with my hand and spun the blade with my other finger until the motor started turning in my hand with the blade. That's tight enough for me. So I'm going to take the A, lock it on as it says in the direction there, putting it on the A position and spinning it down. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. To get that one on, you gotta turn it the way the arrow says on the blade. Now it's snug. Hold it with my finger, tighten it down a little more. Let me do that with 2 hands. As you can see, I have all 4 blades on, and like I said, I have a spare set over there. Next it says hook the cable up to the camera base, which it is already hooked up. Now I'm going to slide the camera and lock it in on the bottom of the drone, and then I'm going to plug this into the drone. I have the locking latch in the unlock position. I'm going to slide the bottom of that on into that channel there, and then I'm going to plug the cable into here. I slid the base of it in there like that until it slid all the way back. Of course, you want the camera pointing to the front of the drone. The H is the front of it. That's probably some infrared light. That's the camera. Slides back in there like that. Now I'm going to take my latch and swing it over, and then I'm going to plug this into here. So that latch needs to be locked so that the camera is secure and won't vibrate out of the drone. It was very easy to slide that over with my fingertips, and when I plugged this in, I actually heard it kind of click in place. It's pushed all the way in. Your SD card goes in that slot, so you can take your finger, push that in, it'll eject that card. Make sure it has the amount of memory you need. If not, install the size card that you want to record the videos that you need. There is no card in there currently, so I'm going to figure out what size card goes in there so I can tell you. And it also does not have the 4 AA batteries that needs to go in the remote control, so you need those as well. Next, I'm going to install the landing gear. Right there, you may see that has an R on it, and this one has a L on it. That's left and right. When you look here, that has an R on it, and this side has a L on it. So you take the roundish part with the screw, you drop it down in there, you pivot it around, and then you slide the other end of it in there, locking it in place. So let me go ahead and do that. It should be an easy task without doing any damage. This one has L on it, that has L on it. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this down in here like so, pivot it around nice and slow and easy, and slide this inside the bottom there until you get it all the way in. Let me put some light on it. I'll take the one with the screw, align it so that it goes in like that. I start to pivot it around. Best if you hold it down near the base. As you screw it around, the back of it comes over here. So you turn that so it's like that. Now you lift this up, slide it in place, and push it all the way on until there's no more gap there. There it is. It's all the way in place. So there you have it. Your 2 landing gear, They have pad on the bottom of them. Now your drone can sit up how it lands, just like that. The next step in the guide is charging it, and I have mine charging over there. I still see the green light flashing and the red light lit, so mine is still charging. It's been charging for about 30 minutes now. Excuse my mess here. We just moved into this apartment. Next, you want to familiarize yourself with the remote. It needs 4 AA batteries. They are not included. As the remote comes to you, this button here is the takeoff button. When you turn your drone on, you push that, the drone just rises up off of the ground and picks a position, however it's set, 4 feet, whatever. This next button here is to unlock. A long press will do an emergency stop of the drone. This here is the return home button. Wherever this drone takes off from, when you want it to return to that position, you push that home button. Now, this drone does not have sensors of obstacles. So if there's an obstacle in the way of the drone and where it is supposed to land, it'll crash into it. So you want to make sure there's a clear path of flight before you push that button, tell it to return home. And this is your camera button. You press it like that, it takes pictures. You hold it down, it shoots videos. Now this is the button to make it go higher or lower, rotate left, rotate right. This control makes it go forward or backwards, fly left, fly right. So rotate and flight is 2 different things. This switch here is a GPS mode, cuts it on or off. You'll see that indicator in the window. This here, of course, is on or off for the controller. And this here is a headless mode. I'm not sure what that is. I'll find out more about that, but it will indicate in the display if that is actually on. A couple other buttons, battery indicator, and again, you would extend these antennas, pull this plug out, and put the phone in this thing as a display of the controller. This display thing here holds the phone. You just extend that up to get the phone in there, and then that pops into this, and this end pops into that plug when you pull that plug out of there. As you can see, there's a plug there. You pull this out, rubber plug, and this slides in there like this, locks in place, and then that phone adapter locks in on that so that you can see what the camera sees while you're flying the drone. Now whenever you want to pull this phone holder out, you push in that little button, it releases the latch in there. So that pretty much lets you know how to get this thing put together where you can use it, get it charging. That's how you get your batteries in and out of the controller. And I'll show you how to install the battery in here. It'll just slide in that hole there. This is the head of it. This is the tail of it. And that's the power button to turn the drone on and off. So once my battery's totally charged up, I'll come back and go over some operational functions of the drone. But basically this is the assembly pre-operational use instructions. These things here are propeller guards. As you can see, they swoop up, so they would plug in to the edge of the wings. You want to pull this out if you look close at these, on top they look like that. On the bottom they have 2 little dots on them. But you put the screwdriver in there, or just grab them with your fingertips and pull on them while holding the arm. They'll pop right out, and then you push the propeller guards on, and you want to push them in that they're flush like that, nice and tight. They'll probably give you 1 click for inside, for each edge of it as they pop in place. Let me grab this, see if I can pull it out without sticking the screwdriver in there and using the screwdriver to pull it out. So I was able to grab that with my fingers and just pull it out, and then I could take the thing, line it up, and just push it in. Probably take 2 hands to get it in right, so I don't damage anything. Let me get that pushed in with 2 hands. I was able to get that pushed in with 2 hands, and it did click into place. So that's how that goes in. Took a little muscle to pull that back out of there. Just make sure you don't grab onto the motor or anything when you're pushing those on and pulling them off. You don't want to damage these brushless motors. Now the main instruction manual is 42 pages on the English side. So you do want to get your manual, make yourself familiar with it, because you do not want to destroy your craft and or violate your local and federal laws. So read through here, learn how to function and operate it safely. And again, I'll be making a part 2 of this video, which will include calibrating it and taking a short flight with it. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.